All right, what's up, guys? So, I'm not making a new coffee today. Apparently, I never even finished this cup from yesterday. Maybe that's why it got trashy. Um, I didn't get as much as I wanted to done yesterday. I didn't end up making the food videos. I kind of just ran into a wall halfway through it. I think it's more likely part of it has to do with my insomnia. I haven't been sleeping great lately. I think I had a sleep debt to pay off. But yeah, I'm just heating up the second pot. And that's what we're the second half of the pot, and that's what we're gonna use today. Cause I don't feel like wasting it, nor do I feel like making a new pot. I might after this, but the main thing is I'm not gonna dump this coffee out yet. I just want to use it, so that's what we're doing today. Uh, Real quick correction. I said in the last video that my next stream will probably be the third, but I didn't realize that the third was Saturday, and we don't stream on the Sabbath. So the next stream will actually be January 4th. And I made sure I posted the correct date in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord to make sure you get all the updates, it's in the links in the description. But yeah, so the next stream's actually going to be the 4th. Also, I did manage to get most of what I wanted to do as far as uploads and editing done yesterday. At this point, the only stream that is not edited is the last stream, the most recent one. That's going to take a minute. I need to break it into two different VODs because it was 14 hours long, and uh, YouTube only lets you upload a max of 12 hours. That would also, while the previous stream still needs uploaded, and that one was like 9 or 10 hours long. So I should have those both uploading today, and they should be done tomorrow. Plus, there's little videos, the food testing videos, the cereal testing videos. All those just need converted to the right file type for YouTube, and most of those are like 10 minutes long, so they'll upload quickly. I don't know if I'll get to do those today though, because I have family stuff I need to do in a few hours that's probably going to take up the rest of the day. But regardless, it should only take like another day, maybe two, depending on how tired I am to do those. And easily, we should have all that done before the 4th. I will probably end up wiping and installing the new OS on the PC around the second or third, if I had to guess, and hopefully it's on the second. Then I can get all the programs I need installed on the third, and I should be able to go live on the 4th. If for whatever reason the new OS doesn't go as smooth as I want, or I don't manage to keep up with the timeline, I'll tell you in these videos and also post on the Discord. Now, I don't think I really want to go into too much detail today. I'm just exhausted right now. I didn't sleep well last night either. It's like 2 nights in a row. I just I get dreams that wake me up, even though they're not scary or intense or anything. I don't even remember them. I just wake up 4 or 5 times constantly throughout the night. My sleep quality is terrible right now. So, uh, I guess I just have some sleep debt after that 14-hour stream where I feel like I can't really wake up and I'm not getting good sleep. The problem is doing those streams is no problem when I get like 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. You know, I can just wake up and do it again. But when I'm not sleeping for whatever reason, I think that's really the source of my chronic fatigue. You know, we've been talking about that for a while, how it seems to come and go. And I think it mostly is dependent on how bad my insomnia is at a given time. For what it's worth, if you notice, I probably haven't talked about the migraines in a while. I still get like minor neck and back pains, but the migraines themselves have mostly subsided. And I feel that's mostly just because I've managed to deal with a significant portion of my demons at this point. You know, my headaches like that have always been either stress related or sinus related. Out here, living by myself, I can control the environmental issues that were causing my sinus problems. So those very, very rarely trigger a headache. I still have a deviated septum with a spur. So every now and then, if we get like bad sinus days that I just can't breathe, like once in a blue moon, I'll get a little sinus headache from that. But the stress migraines have pretty much evaporated. I thought I was gonna get one last week because I had um, one of those days where just a lot, to put it like, to put it succinctly, I claimed victory over a lot of demons. There was so much stress ball in my neck that it felt like it was just like a golf ball or something back there. And I could feel it migrating up to my head, like around the back and upper areas of it. And I took a shower and fell asleep in the shower, and I woke up without a headache. So, generally, the best thing has always been to uh, take a long, very hot shower and like stretch and massage those painful areas, and that usually helps. But I don't often do that because usually it's later during the day, often close to nighttime when I'm really feeling that kind of stress, or like my nighttime, you know, not necessarily nighttime outside. And I don't like going to sleep directly after a shower. I'm generally the type that prefers to shower after waking up. So usually when I started to get bad headaches, I would just go to sleep and hope it would be gone in the morning. And sometimes that worked, sometimes it didn't. But it seems like the the actual uh, solution, at least when I get those type of headaches, is to just make sure I take the shower, even if I don't want to, you know, even if I'm exhausted. And I think it's funny that I actually fell asleep in the shower a bit, you know. Uh, it makes me think of this series I watched. It was an Amazon series. I think it was called Alpha House. It was about three Republican senators that had very different personalities that all lived in the same apartment close to DC, or in DC rather. Uh, One was all fantastic actors, by the way, but I forget their names off the top of my head. I'm still waking up, you know, and I didn't sleep well. So you guys can go look up the cast and see for yourself. But one is like the hardcore Republican that's maybe a little too conservative in some respects, or at least not totally equipped to deal with modern society. One of the big controversies he has, they each get their own little controversies, right? One of the big controversies he has is he shoots a drone out of the sky that's like spying on them. It's like in their backyard or whatever with a shotgun, and everybody freaks out about that, you know? Then there's this other guy who is the most extreme, obvious, closeted gay guy. But of course, being a Republican senator, he's like not allowed to be gay and he's got to be anti gay. Um, and then the other guy is just this relentless man whore, basically, who I think he fucks their maid at one point. And of course, that is opposed to traditional Republican values because of like the traditional family and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure he either has a wife or a fiance at the time. It's one of the funniest political comedies I've ever seen in my life. But the reason I'm thinking about that is this super conservative guy who's kind of fat. He's got this like morning ritual where he sleeps in the shower for an hour. And one time they have this fight between him and the man whore where the dude is like leaving to go to Congress and here like sees that he's passed out in the shower and turns the shower off, and then they have a whole fight about it. And when I woke up and I was like kind of still in the shower, I was like, man, I just thought about that moment. I always thought it was stupid as hell, but I was like, you know what? Maybe there's something to it. Yeah, so I'm just working on things today. I only got like, excuse me, I only got like 2 or 3 hours that I can actually work on stuff today. But family is important, and sometimes things happen, and you need to make time for that. So it should be enough to get the upload started and to do the edits I need to, but almost certainly not recording the new food videos today. I hope the food doesn't go bad, but if it does, whatever. I'll just throw it out. That's something I need to get better at. Living by meager means, sometimes you take risks you kind of shouldn't. There was like there was like 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week, probably. I don't know exactly what it was. I had some English muffins that seemed like they were still fine. I was like worried that they might be old, but I checked and there was no obvious mold. They weren't dried out or anything. They didn't smell weird or anything. So I made those for breakfast and just put like some butter on them and stuff. And bro, my guts rebelled from me later that day. Absolutely should not have eaten those things. So I need to get better of being like, if it's on the fence, just throw it out. It's difficult when you can't really just buy whatever food you want because things are tight. But uh, it's definitely not worth losing an entire day sitting on the toilet, you know? So, fortunately, the things I have right now, they're pretty easy to tell when they're bad. Like eggs will start to smell, chicken will start to discolor. So, it's a lot easier to tell than just like a random old ass English muffin, which it's like most people don't realize this, but you can't even see mold spores at first when it starts to get moldy. That's why you should never just like scrape mold off something, if you see the mold, it's too late. It's just utterly gone. You got to throw that out. But there will be mold on it before you can even see it. It's microscopic, and uh, that's probably what happened if I had to guess. So, yeah, just I guess the PSA for the day is make sure you get good sleep and don't eat food that has gone bad. Now, uh, there's a caveat to that. Just because the packaging is expired doesn't mean the food has gone bad, right? That best by date is the point that the packaging is guaranteed to keep it fresh. Often, depending on the type of food, things will last much longer past their expiration date. But once things are on the expiration date, it's like, all right, time to approach this with a little extra caution, you know? Uh, for example, like most canned goods will theoretically last years, if not decades. Uh, what the main thing you want to look for like canned soups and stuff is if the can is disfigured in any way. If the can is dented or bulging out in any way, absolutely just get rid of it. But as long as the can's still in good shape, the food's probably still safe to eat. And like other types of packaging, one thing I've noticed is that for whatever reason, lactose free milk lasts way longer than normal milk. I only buy lactose free milk. There's been times where I like didn't drink the milk for like a week or something. And generally, the rule of thumb is 7 days after you open it. So, like, I had that milk for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd go and I'd sniff it, and it was perfectly fine. I drank it, no problem. So, I'm guessing the lactose specifically is one of the things that causes milk to spoil so quickly. But anyways, I'm just rambling because I can't wake up today because I didn't get any sleep. And I kept trying to go back to sleep, but it got to a point where it was like, all right, it's like 10 a.m. I need to do things today, and I need to get work done and I need to do family things today. So I got to get out of bed even though I'm still exhausted and I couldn't make myself go back to sleep at that point anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to keep pushing, see how much fuel I have in the tank today, and hopefully I get better sleep tonight. Oh, I just cracked my neck. So I just want to say I hope all of you are having a wonderful holiday time. You know, I'm gonna keep saying that until it's over, the new year. And I hope you reach out and spend time with family or the people you love. And if you don't feel like there's anyone like that in your life, then you probably need to go reach out and find some people, right? Because that's a two-way street. So I'm just going to say, I love all of you and God bless America. Cheers.